Mhm. Ladies and gentlemen, 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 let me get everything set up. Let's get everything going. I this wasn't planned. This was not planned, but this is breaking news. I don't even know if my software is working properly. Don't even know if the software is working properly. Okay, we're ready to go. This is breaking news. Breaking news. According to Barry Jackson, there will be no games the next 2 weeks. The situation has worsened and we will reschedule. I am trying to look at pros and cons. I really haven't even looked at pros and cons of this situation. I literally just got the news and said, you know what? I got to call my peoples. You know what? I got to get live with the people. You know what? I got to talk to the people. You know what I'm saying? Mr. HD says them damn Halloween parties. Hey, I heard them Halloween parties was lit. But listen to me now. Listen to me now. Gather in, people. Grab some popcorn. Grab you something to drink. I'm sure some of y'all just got off work. And y'all are deciding to tune in to NMD TV Canes. All Canes all day. If you rocking with the UD, you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button while I try to get up this window browser so everybody can see what Barry Jackson said. You know, this isn't coming from me. This is coming from Mr. Barry Jackson. I'm sure everybody else will be talking about it. Let's see. Here's Bruce Feldman. We'll take Bruce Feldman's here. And I want to talk about this because, listen, there could be some positives in this situation. Because right off the bat, the worst thing I want to do is force a game while we got 15 players out and we lose that game. That's what we don't want to happen. You heard? Hey, you hear me? That's what we don't want to happen. You hear me? We don't want to say, oh, we want to play a game so bad when we're playing with all backups and we end up losing. Can I get an amen in the chat? Still trying to get this thing set up. Listen, Ian, that's what I'm here for, Ian. That's what I'm here for. I want everybody to, people are going to come out and think this is a bad thing. Right now, the only bad thing to me is that I don't get to watch my Miami Hurricanes this weekend. You don't get to watch your Miami Hurricanes for the next 2 weeks. That is a bad thing. But there are some positives to this. There are some positives to this. First one I think about is Navon Donaldson. Now, if anybody looks at our offense, what is our weakest link on offense? What is our weakest link on offense? The offensive line. Right? Navon Donaldson was ready to go in case of emergency last week. He was expected to play this week versus Georgia Tech. Well, with 2 weeks off, he gets an extra little time to get ready. Can I get an amen in the chat? Navon Donaldson, remember, before the season, he decided to step back so he could get healthier, so he could be healthier and get in better shape. Well, now he has 2 weeks. Now he has 2 weeks to get better. Another thing, listen, we play every week, and every week we win, besides the Clemson week. Every week we win, besides the Clemson week, right? And what do they do in the polls? They knock us down. Well, now we get to sit back while other teams will lose. Indiana, they're going to lose. Other teams are going to lose, and we're going to move up just by chilling at the crib. The Pac-12 and all those schools who didn't play because of the C virus situation, they're getting the benefit of the doubt. They're getting this. They got to sit back. They're not going to knock us down because teams will lose. If everybody took the week off, then yes, they would knock us down. But now these teams got to play while we get to sit back, and we get to watch other teams lose. Now, is there a chance we still get knocked down? Yes. But still, we know we're not going to lose these next 2 weeks. I would want nothing more than to play Georgia Tech these next two weeks. To play Georgia Tech and then to play Wake Forest the next 2 weeks. But Brevin Jordan, you know. But hey, we should come back a better team out of these 2 weeks. We should come back a stronger team out of these next 2 weeks. Man, what am I going to do this Saturday not watching our Canes, man? Not watching these Canes. What do y'all think in the chat, man? How y'all feeling, man? And most important, I guess, and I didn't mention this, I'm sorry, but most importantly, the student athletes get to get healthy. Because, I mean, that is the most important thing. That is the most important thing, is that the student athletes will be getting healthy. What's up, John Bird? What's up, Mr. HD? Kevin Porter, Ian, Cowboy Kane, Andy in the house. Shout out to my boy Nightbot. Mo D, you go where? Calvin, Lenoris, Lucas was first. I see you, Lucas. And Omar. I wonder what's gonna happen with the I wonder what's gonna happen with the rest of college football. I mean, there's a chance that they may cancel college football altogether. I mean, I think I saw Texas A&M, they're canceling their game this week. Miami's canceling their next 2 weeks. This is big time. Ain't no problem, Ernie. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Now, Mr. HD, listen, Mr. HD, I may live stream this game. I may live stream the Clemson Florida State game, because I'm thinking Florida State or Clemson, they may put 100 on them boys. I'm thinking they may put 100 on them boys. Mark City, listen, I mean, look, there's rumors going around. No one knows what really happened. And honestly, nobody knows a lot about this sickness, right? But what they say will happen is the colder it get, the worse it's going to get, okay? You got to think about, these are college kids. Let's be honest. College was the best time of my life. It's easy for me to sit back now as I'm older and mature and to say, you know, stay inside, don't be going to parties and stuff. Because if you would have told 19-year-old Grant not to go to the Halloween party, I would have laughed in your face, because the Breezies was waiting for me to show up at the Halloween party. So it's tough for me to say, well, you know, if these kids wouldn't do this and that. I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say we should understand that with young adults playing football around each other in school, and not only that, just being, you know, in Dade, just being in Florida, just being in the area, it's hard not to contact it when you really look at the numbers. So really, Miami has done a good job up to this point to where now they say we have to cancel the season. Not cancel the season, reschedule the next 2 games. Shout out to my boy John Bird for the $5 super chat. Thanks for everything you do, man. All about the you. Hey, man, thank you, John. Because if you wouldn't be in the chat listening to me, there would be no NMD TV Canes. Real talk. Real talk. I really appreciate you guys. Ian says it's too late to cancel the season. It's not too late to cancel the season. They can still cancel the season. If players are getting sick and now they're going to do everything they can not to cancel the season. They're going to do everything they can not to cancel the season because of money. These bowl games, they bring in a lot of money. These TV deals, they're going to do their best not to cancel this season, but there is a possibility. It just depends on how many people get the C virus and when they get the C virus. So for instance, they're rescheduling the game 2 weeks, right? What if 2 weeks down the line, Georgia Tech or Miami, Wake Forest or Miami has a lot of cases? You can't reschedule the game again, right? What's going to happen in the SEC? They've started to cancel more games the last couple weeks. And I mean, we can go what if all day. But throughout this whole season, we have said like, hey, you know, we're lucky that we haven't been affected by it and we've been able to win without some of our players. Well, now it gets to the point where we will cancel 2 games. I was surprised we lasted this long once they started playing. We handled it pretty well. I agree, Merk. I mean, Manny Diaz seemed to be one of the, and maybe I just pay more attention to what Manny Diaz said, but to me, it seemed like he was one of the more out there coaches talking about what people need to do, right? Shout out to my boy Adrian, who just became a member of the Kane Gang. Adrian, you in the chat? I appreciate you. Thanks for signing up for the Kane Gang, brother. Hey, I'm dropping a video on the Patreon page tonight. Make sure you be checking the Patreon page. Manny Diaz has been one of the more vocal coaches about what you need to do to not get the virus and all this and that. And like Merck City said, we're surprised that we lasted this long. John Bird said it's very possible we've seen the Canes play their last game this year. Who knows? You're right. You're right. I don't want to jump on here and sensationalize things and say, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. But John, what you just said is very true. We don't know. I think that's the most common denominator when you're talking about this virus, when you're talking about this sickness, is we don't have a lot of facts about it. People say they know, but we don't truly know. There's plenty of time to reschedule this because we started on I guess you're saying on time. The Pac-12 and Big Ten have no time to reschedule. We do. That is facts. Well, we got time to reschedule because we just rescheduled. But what I'm saying is, okay, if we reschedule 2 games now and November 28th comes around, which is my birthday, shout out to November 28th. Hey, shout out to my Sagittarius out there. Shout out to my November babies out there. On November 28th, if there's a lot of cases, then how do you reschedule it then? You just go back 2 weeks, then you start pushing it to bowl week and all that stuff, right? Angel says, play the damn game. I'm telling y'all this right now. I would rather us reschedule the game and then play when we have all our horses than us go into a game like we did this weekend and mess around and lose, because when we lose a game, if we lose another game, they're not going to take it easy on us. They're not going to give us the benefit of the doubt. The AP polls are already dropping us. They want us to lose. So if we play with a half a roster, they're not going to give us any kind of credit for, oh well, they play with half they play with half the roster. I'd rather us play when healthy. Angel says you can't throw so many ifs around. Yeah, I mean, well, look, we're just having conversation here. At the bottom line is, hey, the bottom line is this. Throw all the ifs out the door. They rescheduled the game. You know, throw all the ifs out the door. They rescheduled the game. That's a fact, right? You know, we're talking about ifs in this. You know what? You're right. Let's throw the ifs out. We ain't playing a game for 2 weeks. No, that's a fact. Now I wish it's funny, guys, because I was going to tweet this out. And it was only because I was joking, right? I was going to say this. Let's blow out Georgia Tech, because there was a good case that we were going to beat Georgia Tech by 2 touchdowns, then cancel the rest of the season. You know, and that was obviously me joking around, not cancel the rest of the season, but reschedule the rest of the regular season. And the reason I was saying that is because they dropped us in the rankings, but they keep ranking these schools who've only played 2 games. And that was me just joking around, right? That was just me just joking around. But now, come to find out today, we really are, we really are going to be missing out on 2 games. Didn't we just play a game? Yeah. So, and that's the thing, is there's a lot of information to come out. I want to reiterate. The only thing we know right now is that the next 2 weeks, we won't have Miami football. Now, you can come here to NMD TV, where I put out daily content for the people, by the people. Hey, Adrian, welcome to the squad, man. I appreciate you investing in the channel, and be looking out for the content. Angel says, listen, man, we need to get the reps in. If we play, it's all eyes on us. Miami in primetime looks good. Oh, shit, we weren't going to be in primetime playing Georgia Tech, right? Brad, I agree with that 100%. You know? It's easy for me because, listen, man. I'm done ripping and running the streets. You know, I found the love of my life. Michelle Allen, shout out to Michelle Allen. I found the love of my life. I'm happy. I'm growing mentally and spiritually now, you know. I'm not out there ripping and running in the streets like these young whippersnappers are, right? Like these young whippersnappers are. So it's easy for me, who I love sitting at the house watching football, not going out. Hey, I'm okay with that, right? It's hard for me to tell an 18-year-old, 19-year-old to do that, because I already know if you would have told 18-year-old, 19-year-old Grant to do that, I would have laughed in your face. The Georgia Tech game was that ACC network? It had to have been 8 p.m. on the ACC network. The other boy said prime time, no. Hey, Jonathan Flagg. Hey, that's what I'm saying, Jonathan. Look, Jonathan, look, and for y'all who are just coming into the live stream, the first thing I said is, hey, this, right? I said, don't get me wrong, I want my Miami Hurricanes to play, but listen, the offensive line is going to be healthier when we get back. Donaldson will be in the starting lineup when we get back. Believe that. You know, everybody who's banged up, they're going to be healthier. We're going to have you assume that anybody who was on the virus list is going to be okay. I rather if let's say we reschedule. If we reschedule and get everything going back, then hey, and we get a tune-up game. Let's be real. Georgia Tech is a tune-up game. So we get to come off the 2-week bye. We get to go play Georgia Tech, beat them boys, and then we ready to finish up with Wake Forest and North Carolina. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Hey, our boy De'Aaron King, he's been taking a lot of hits. Yeah. Georgia Tech didn't play this week because of the virus. Are they having us? Wait. Are they having us play? Oh, okay. Oh, no, wait, breaking. Wait. We play Georgia Tech, then we play Wake Forest, right? Georgia Tech canceled their game this week, the week before us, because of the C virus situation. Our next game is Georgia Tech, right? Or am I drunk? Okay, so they're okay. They may have changed it when they rescheduled it. They may have changed it. Let's check Twitter. Let's check Twitter, man. Let's look at Twitter. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up here, okay? Okay, Georgia Tech got pushed to the last game. Okay. Steve-O says ESPN just confirmed the change. Okay. Georgia Tech got moved to the last game of the. Okay, thank you, Hunter Fitness. Yeah. Are y'all looking at the screen? It's Bruce Feldman says. Y'all see what Bruce Feldman says? Okay. So I wasn't for sure. So they rescheduled the game. So we're gonna play Georgia Tech, Wake, UNC, then Georgia Tech. Okay. Damn, I would have loved to play Georgia Tech first. Damn, I would have loved to play Georgia Tech off the. Okay. But then again, hey, this is something that we haven't talked about. Damn. Guys, how does this team normally play off of a bye week? This team normally doesn't play well coming off of a break. I didn't think about this. Manny Diaz is what? 1-3 after a bye. His first win was against NC State, and that was the worst defensive performance I've seen Miami play in a long time. Offense looked good, though. I didn't think about this. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. I agree. Hey, Hunter, I agree. I haven't watched a lot of Wake Forest, but I do know a little bit about their offense and they can put up points on the board, especially if we play how we've been playing. Like, they can put some points on the board. They're going to have a couple trick plays up their sleeve. Like I said, I haven't watched them a lot. I know their best. You know, they lost Jamie Newman to Georgia, who ended up opting out, and they lost their best wide receiver, who ended up opting out. But yeah, I mean, out of those 3 games, I think we're going to beat Georgia Tech. But UNC and Wake Forest, if somebody said Wake Forest is going to beat Miami, I wouldn't say you're an idiot or anything like that, because I think we could lose. I mean, I think we can lose. I mean, we've almost lost the last couple games. We're not invincible, but we have that fortitude to battle till the end and get the dub. We actually need the UNC game, because I mean, we still we need the NC game, because we still need to boost up our resume. We still need to boost up our resume. Like Jonathan Flagg says, in 2 weeks, no telling what the top 10 is going to look like. In 2 weeks, you know, no telling what's going to happen with Notre Dame and Clemson. So, if I'm Florida State, Florida State, they about to cancel that. Hey, I know they want to cancel that Clemson game. I know Florida State want to cancel that Clemson game. They've seen Miami reschedule. Oh, them boys, you know they want to cancel that game. Let me see. I'm trying to look for a little bit more information for us, guys. All we know right now is that the games have been rescheduled. Let's see what. Okay, the announcement follows the positive test of athletes within the Miami football team. Okay, so it is from the positive test from our guys. Take a look at a couple other things here. Oh, okay, so they dropped off the. Okay, so the revised schedule is this: Saturday, December 5th, Miami will play at Wake Forest, right? Miami will play at Wake Forest December 5th. December 12th, North Carolina will play at Miami. And then December 19th, Georgia Tech will play at Miami. So the last 2 games will be home games. This game will be played if Miami is not in the ACC championship game. It is the result of. So there's a chance that we may not even play Georgia Tech, because there's an asterisk that says this. This game will be played if Miami is not in the ACC football championship game. If the result of the Georgia Tech at Miami game would not directly impact the determination of the 2 teams who play in the league championship. That's interesting. Anthony, I think we've been dealing with the cases for the last couple weeks. I think we've been dealing with the cases for the last couple weeks. Demetrius, what's up with you, man? Yeah, man. I don't know, Anthony. I mean, they said we were on the brink. They said we were on the brink of not playing Virginia Tech, and they ended up playing. I mean, I think that's a very good question. But we ended up playing. We ended up getting the dub. Crazy times right now. Crazy times. So just to talk about some other things that's going on. I mean, of course, the main news of the day, and I'll put it back up there just so people who are coming in can see. Next 2 games rescheduled. But a couple things that's been talked about just around the program, just to kind of give a state of the program, is that Rhett Lashley name is being brought up when you talk about jobs like South Carolina. And the coaches were asked about this, Rhett Lashley was asked about it. And what's up, CJ Canes? Rhett Lashley was asked about his name, and he said, hey, he's flattered. That means that we're doing a good job at Miami, but he's having the best time at Miami. And I think he gave a really great answer. I don't really remember it word from word, but I felt like it was a genuine answer. You know, most coaches, when they're asked about it, they usually say things like, I'm not thinking about that right now, and that's not what Rhett Lashley said. But he talked about, still wanting to be a part of the program, and he's having a blast. He trusts Manny. So, he really doesn't there hasn't been, normally with a young coach, there's this is his dream job, or there hasn't been anything like that with Rhett Lashley. His family just moved to Florida. They love it. I don't see them move. I don't see him leaving. But if he was to leave, they asked Manny about it too. And, the question was, would Rob Likens take his spot? And Manny was like, hey, it's unfair for me to say that, but something that I like that Manny said was, we found a style that we like to run. We found a style that we like to run. And what Manny was saying when he was saying that is, to me, I took it as, if Rhett does leave, we're going to find another offensive coordinator that runs the spread type of offense. We're not going back to pro style. We're not going back to West Coast. We're not going to I-form. As long as Manny's the head coach, to me, he was saying, hey, we want to go spread and we want to go tempo, with or without Rhett Lashley. Yeah, I mean, you got to think about this. If, let's say we win our next 3 games, I mean, a lot of people looking for jobs are going to say, what changed with Miami? How did Miami go from only winning 6 games to winning double-digit games in 1 year? And they're going to say, well, they hired Rhett Lashley. They're going to look at it and say, well, let's see how the offense changed. And they're going to see how we've improved in all these different numbers. It wouldn't surprise me that other schools want Rhett Lashley because of the success of Miami so far this year. Do I think he's going to leave? No. Kind of like what Jonathan said, Rhett always talks about how his family loves Florida. And, he seems like a big-time family man. And just from listening to him today, you never know what could happen, but to me, it seems like he's happy with Miami right now. We need FSU and Clemson to play in case they can upset. That's not happening. That shit ain't happening. That shit ain't happening. That shit ain't happening. If Florida State beat Clemson, I don't know what I would do. If Florida State beat Clemson, I don't know what I would do. Mark City, I agree with that 100%. Kings, look, that's not even an upset. They need to come up with a new word if that was to happen. We need to invent a word, Stunner Boy Canes. Merck City says, but King plays a big part also. I agree with that. But a lot of times, people want a reason to hire somebody. And Rhett Lashley, you got reasons to hire him. Stunner Boy Canes, why do you think that you said we got him for at least 2 more years? What do you think about that? You know, what makes you think that we got him for at least a couple more years? I'll be honest, the one way he leaves is if we get another crack at Clemson and we beat him. Realistically, he would need to show he could do it at a level without King and Clemson game hurt his stock. George, what up, George? He says, I'm sad. I wanted Miami to play this weekend. I like watching Miami. Oh, well, looks like Florida did what they had to with 2 weeks off. Yeah. I mean, look, the Gators, before they took their 2 weeks off, they was giving up like 70 points a game. Them boys was just getting destroyed defensively. They came back and their defenses played better. I'm not sure he's ready for the head coaching position quite yet. And Rhett Lashley strikes me as somebody that's self-aware, you know? Dang right, no more defeats. Jalen Water was making a great recovery and we will be back for the playoffs. I doubt that. He shouldn't come back for the playoffs. If Trask won the Heisman, I wouldn't be surprised. But King need to be at the ceremony. I haven't seen Clemson or Notre Dame reschedule games. I know Notre Dame, I think they rescheduled games. I know it was 1 week they didn't play, right? It was 1 week that Notre Dame didn't play because of the situation. Lashley's offense is still a work in process. Our offensive line is a work in progress. That's what's a work in progress. We getting back Big Donaldson, man. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully having Devon back will help this team out. Hopefully having Devon will help it out. Boy, CJ Canes, that is a good point. That is a good point. You know, CJ says, I just hope these guys don't eat too much over the long break. Listen, he telling the truth. He telling the truth. They got to watch out. They got to stay in shape, man. That is a good point because, man, I know I didn't put on a good 15 since the quarantine. But hopefully they stay disciplined. You know, Feely's going to be able to help them and stuff like that. I think they'll be all right. Right. I mean, if we can't listen, if our O-line was just a little bit better with run blocking, if we could run block just a little bit better, I think that opens up would open up the offense a little bit more. Because right now, De'Aaron King, the quarterback run is our best type of run. Because the offense can't get any movement. That quarantine gut, you right. Had to check in with my man Coop. I'm back now. Everybody's still good. Yeah. This is big news. This is big news. That's crazy. We ran the ball well versus Virginia Tech. No, we did. What? If you take away De'Aaron King's rushes, I wonder how many yards we ran for. We need an offensive line that can move the ball. If we can get to where we can run the ball on first down, Lord have mercy. I mean, our O-line is so bad. We got our coaches calling calling a fake field goals on 4th and short. Let's see. What's up, you go where? You go where he said his kids are in a good place. You talking about Rhett Lashley? Andy says Donaldson, Gaynor, Rivers, interior lineman, Campbell, Walker, DJ Williams battle it out at tackle. Hey, I think if you throw Donaldson out there, I mean, I'm not saying Devon Donaldson will win lineman of the year, but he's got to be better than some of our interior linemen. Oh yeah, I definitely think next year, the scheme next year, next year we'll be doing a lot of the O-line will be a lot better. Let me go ahead and okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here, guys. But that's the breaking news. Miami will reschedule the next 2 games. We'll end up seeing what's happening. Guys, make sure your notifications are turned on. Make sure your notifications are turned on because just because there's no football, which means we're going to be going live a little bit more, try to keep the content coming for you guys, okay? Hey, man, I appreciate you guys. Definitely want to give a shout out to the new Patreon members, the new Kane Gang members, Adrian and Jordan. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all kicking it with me.